Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for joining us this morning at CBT News. We're so happy to have with us back again Mr. David Simches, who is the Group Used Car Director for Crown Auto Group. David, thank you so much for joining us on the show once again.
Jim, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sure. So I might mention, we talked a little bit about before we got recording today, you're right in the middle of the thick of things with regard to this hurricane that just went through, and sorry to hear about that. I would imagine it just adds that much more of a challenge to your business operation as well, right?
Absolutely. Challenge to the business and to a fair amount of our associates' properties were impacted.
Yeah.
So we're needing all hands on deck, and unfortunately, you have to be understanding, and they're dealing with some tough issues.
Sure.
But no loss of life at anyone in Crown. We're very happy, and our hearts go out to everybody else that was impacted, no doubt.
Yeah, that's very, very unfortunate. So I did see on the front page of Automotive News where Ken Ganley had mentioned that he lost some 700 vehicles as a result of this. Did you experience the loss of vehicles as well?
No, we did not. We're very lucky.
Yeah. Boy, that's for sure. That's for sure.
So no property loss at the stores.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So talk to us. How are things? How is the used car market faring right now?
Coming up on 39 years in the industry, Jim, and it always seems like used car inventory is the biggest challenge. You could ask any used car manager through a course of time, what do you need? And they'll always tell you, I need more cars, right?
That's right.
So it's kind of like, there's always different historical and seasonal reasons, right? We have the affordability issue going on. We have the port strike, which just happened, which could impact supply and parts, and the hurricane. It's just endless, but it's definitely challenging. Inventory is the biggest challenge.
Sure. Other than the inventory, is the used car business good?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're selling a bunch of cars, and definitely have been maintaining an ROI or margin in our cars, which is very nice. And we have a habit of controlling our age, so it's a good thing.
Sure. In the media, it seems as though they're talking about the fact that used car prices are coming down. Have you seen that in your market? The values of used cars?
There's been the last year and a half, there's been some record depreciations month over month. Prices are definitely coming down. I don't know what's going to be the immediate impact from the hurricane, right? We're going to run our cars on Thursday. So we have not run since the hurricane.
Yeah.
So there could be a little spike for that, but generally, new car inventories increasing, incentives from the manufacturer, what you can buy a new one for, and the affordability index, definitely pushes the price of the used car down.
That's right. Have you seen any impact yet from the rate coming down? Has that made its way into the showroom yet, or the F&I office?
Not really. Not what I can see.
Yeah. Although
it's such a small, I don't know, I saw someone post, it's like $10 a month, right? It's not going to make or break somebody that's that close to buying a car.
Right. Although I think the article that I just read was talking about the consumer confidence when consumers hear, rates are coming down, now might be a great time to go out and get that car that you've been waiting on, even though there isn't really much of an impact yet.
Yeah, I think it's good buzz, and maybe a little bit more traffic, but we've been chugging along, so we're in good shape.
Sure. I might have asked you this question before, but when you get a nice, clean used car in, I say nice, clean used car, and it's got 100,000 miles on it, are you keeping that car? Are you retailing that vehicle?
Yeah, we're trying very hard to, Jim. We're trying to really look at a lot of different ways of sourcing parts, right? Because there's a lot of OEM alternative parts that come with a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
There's a lot of used parts that are reconditioned and come with a warranty. Like, everybody focuses on time to line, right? And how quickly you get your cars out front. I think you need a class of cars that maybe you don't put as much emphasis on that, and you focus a little bit on sourcing the right part, making the car reconditioned properly for the year and the miles,
Yeah,
right? It's not going to be brand new.
sure.
And I've always felt that a properly reconditioned car will yield you a higher return. You know, you can ask a higher selling price, stand behind it, and be
Right,
comfortable with it.
right.
So if you're trying to get your cars to the front line in a day and a half, and you want to try to do something with that 100,000 mile car,
Yeah.
maybe you should take a little pressure off of that and put the right parts on it that it needs.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Hey, with the we hear so much about used, or I should say EVs. Where does it stand on the used EV market? Are they becoming more affordable? Do you take them in on trade? Are you out there actively buying pre-owned EVs? How do they sell for you?
Yeah, they sell great. We are actively trying to buy them with our 21 dealerships that we have from Florida to Ohio. There's definitely some managers that want to trade an EV and just get rid of it, right? They're still uncomfortable with it. But boy, do they retail quickly. They're affordable, and you know, they're reliable because they don't have an engine. You know, you try to look at an
Right.
affordable 100,000 mile car.
Yeah,
I think there's a little bit more risk at a car like that than a used EV.
yeah,
And over the course of time, they're going to be more and more of them every time we turn around.
sure.
So I think they're a little bit tougher to buy at the sale because more and more people are realizing, like, wow, I put it out there and it sells.
Yeah. Have you seen any tightening of credit on used cars? Obviously, there's been a spike in delinquencies that we've talked about and heard. Have you seen any kind of tightening from the lenders?
I don't, Jim.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's not something I focus on.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, you know, we bring them in, we turn them over. We could use more cars like everybody else. We're trying, and we don't seem to have an issue with that. Nobody's ever told me pump the brakes or watch out for you know, credit approvals.
Yeah. How are you feeling about the last quarter here of 2024?
I'm thinking it's going to be strong.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's not the hurricane in our markets, because we have two hubs in Florida. We have our St. Pete Clearwater hub, then we have a hub in Tallahassee. And when you saw the weather reports of Tallahassee, right, crazy.
Yeah.
But we've lost a few days in September. I think it's going to be, you know, a built up extra demand for us.
Right. Yeah.
And everything looks good for the last quarter.
That's good.
Will the port strike affect new cars and supply? I don't know.
Yeah.
So there will be some headwinds, but I really have an overall positive kind of view.
Yeah. Of course,
We'll have a good
if
quarter.
there's a hold up on new car deliveries, that could help you on the used car side pretty favorably, right?
Sure. As long as it doesn't spike the prices of the used car past what a new one is. That happened during the pandemic when the fleet companies were buying their cars back in the lanes, right? It was just through the prices. Crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Well, David Simches, Group Used Car Director at Crown Auto Group, thank you so much for your time here at CBT News. I know a lot of dealers and your fellow used car managers will get a lot out of your visit. So thank you so much.
A pleasure, Jim. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.